Well, hello. This is another week of CIS 113. I'm your host, Mark Webb. I always wanted to say that. Um, Before we get any further, basically what we need to do is we need to get what is called an IDE installed on your computer. And basically what an IDE is, I want to make sure that I use the right terminology. I think I know what it is, but I just want to make sure. Anyways, an IDE basically is the software you're going to use to create your Java program. There's a few out there, but the one that I tend to like is Eclipse. And Eclipse is a open source free software. It stands for Integrated Development Environment. So Integrated Development Environment is basically what an IDE is. So first thing we need to do is we need to go out to eclipse.org. And when we get there, this is basically a lot of different announcements and different things kind of going on. Now, before we install this, I want to let you know that Eclipse is what is known as a portable program. What that means is there is no actual installation. You could put it on a thumb drive, you could put it on a different drive, you could put it on a CD, you could put it on different things, and then you can actually then have that go from computer to computer to computer. Again, totally portable. So if you had some kind of a server drive, you could install it in there, and then everybody would have access to that particular program. Well, anyway, so we basically go out to Eclipse, and we notice right here at the top we have downloads. We click that, and depending on whether you have a 32-bit or 64-bit computer, you're going to want to grab the correct one. So you see there's a lot of different items out here. Well, we'll want to grab the latest and greatest, which happens to be 4.3.1. Again, over here is Windows 32-bit, Windows 64-bit. So I'm going to go ahead and I just have a 32-bit system, so I click that. And it comes over here and says, okay, we've got a mirror site called United States Indiana University. So I go ahead and click on that. And you get this please donate kind of a screen. I've donated a few bucks to them in the past because I think that's basically what open source is about. It's a bunch of developers out there developing things, and so I've thrown a few bucks their way over the years. So anyways, we'll go ahead and I'm going to click Save As. And it's going to download, and it is going to be downloaded as a zip file, so just be aware of that. So we go ahead and I'm going to click Save. I'm going to pause the video because it's going to take a while to download because it's pretty large. Okay, so it finished, and if we look, I can see that my Eclipse standard Kepler, I'll talk about that in a sec, has basically installed, and it again is a zip file. It is 203 megabytes big. So if you double click on it, it should open it up within Windows. And there is the Eclipse folder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a right click, and I'm going to do a right click and click copy, and I'm going to just place it directly into my C drive. So I'm going to do a right click on C, and I'm going to click paste. So here it is. It's going to copy 216 megabytes into the C drive. That could take a while, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video again. Go get something to drink, maybe have a barbecue, I don't know, maybe eat supper, but when I come back I will be refreshed and full. Okay, so we have Eclipse copied over to the C drive. And if I go over to the C drive, I can see that I now have an Eclipse folder. And if I double click on that, I can see I have all of the different files and things that I need in order to run Eclipse. And this is the main file we need right here, is the eclipse.exe. So what we need to do now is, what I like to do is go ahead and copy, do a right click on the eclipse.exe, basically click copy, and then go to my desktop, do a right click on the desktop, and go ahead and, well, you know what, I'm just going to click on the desktop, and I'm just going to do a right click, and I'm going to say paste a shortcut here. Okay, so when you get done, it says eclipse.exe shortcut, and I'm going to go ahead and just remove that, but because I already have one there. Well, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of the old one. And then I like to always rename it so that it just says Eclipse. And but that's just me. I like to do that because that makes it work a little better. So now we now have Eclipse installed on our computer. So there is, like I said, there was no installation. It's just a standalone program. It works just fine. We just basically, now I have this Eclipse. I can double click on it and go ahead and run it. Now this is where that coupler comes up I talked about a few minutes ago. That's basically the version. They each name each version has a name. The previous version was L. This is now K, and the next one will probably be an M. HIJK. Oh, sorry, L then M. So, anyways, so it's basically running. It's trying to basically get installed, and from there we will basically wait till it comes up. Now, when it comes up, there's going to be a lot of different things that will basically come into play here as far as what there's just all the different files and things that are installed on that come with Eclipse that kind of are brought in. And again, I'll try to go into each one of those and kind of discuss those. So it's chugging along here. We'll wait till it gets completely done coming up. There it is. Now, the very first thing it does is it says, hey, we need a workspace, and it's going to go ahead and default to your user account. So wherever you have your user account, my documents, that type of thing, it's going to create a workspace there. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the default, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Okay, so when it finally comes up, this is basically what it looks like. I'll get into a lot more detail in some of the other classes when we start talking about different things. But this is going to basically be our main work area. We have some menu items up here, and we have our Package Explorer, and I'll get into a lot more details of what Package Explorers are. So here we have Eclipse installed on our computer. It's up and running, and we're now ready to do some programming. Okay, well, that kind of ends how to install Eclipse. And again, you want to make sure you do that very soon. Okay, so make sure that we do this before the next session starts. So I'm including this in the week 1 so you can kind of get this going. Because if you don't, we can't continue. So make sure that you get that done here very soon. And I think somebody's watching me. So okay, so with that, we'll see you next time down Java Road.